Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Saturday, September 10th slate of MLB action and college football. Can't forget about college football. I'm super excited to dive into it, but before we did, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. We are very, very close to that number. I think we're less than 180 away, something like that. So we are coming really, really close to it. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we're on the road to 7,000. Make sure that you are subbed. If we end up hitting 7,000 by the time that the NBA season does actually start, I will be doing a pretty big giveaway, so make sure that you guys are tuned in for that. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me, so much more than you guys will ever know. So thank you guys so much for all of that. Now, let's go ahead and dive into a quick recap. We're going to do a recap. It's going to be from the Thursday night NFL game that we did have. We had 3 plays from that. Didn't necessarily do the best, but we'll go ahead and talk about that here in just a minute, right after we get a word here from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by PrizePicks. If you guys don't currently have a sports book that you do use, or if you do have one and you're just looking for something new, PrizePicks is a great way to get started. As you guys can see here on the screen, we are able to bet on pretty much every single sport that you can think of. We have MLB, we have the NFL, as of right now is the preseason, we have college football, we even have things like CSGO and some esports as well. And obviously, as you guys know, I'm a huge NBA guy, so once the NBA season does come around, you guys will be able to bet on player props from there as well. PrizePicks is very, very easy to use. I do love the no-run first innings, and that is something that you can go ahead and bet on here on PrizePicks as well. It's an absolutely fantastic app and website as well. So if you guys haven't already signed up for PrizePicks, make sure that you guys do that and use code KingSanders, and you can go ahead and get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. So the way that it does work is you go ahead and pick a couple here. So I'm just going to, for the sake of the video, say that the White Sox and the Orioles tomorrow are going to have a no-run first inning. The Toronto and Boston and the Cincinnati and Philadelphia are all going to have no-run first inning. Basically what I would do, I would go ahead and click less for all of these and do what is called a power play, which is basically the same as a parlay. All 3 legs do have to hit in order for the bet to actually cash out. On the flip side of things, you can also do a flex play. The flex play basically means if you do get one of the legs wrong, that's perfectly fine. You can still win some money. So PrizePicks is a great way to be able to win some money using player props and things of that nature to be able to win some money. So you can put together a bunch of different legs to win out some pretty big money. So once again, make sure you guys do use code KingSanders for whenever you do sign up. You will get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. And once again, thank you so much, PrizePicks, for sponsoring today's video. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We're going to go ahead and do a quick recap as of Thursday, I guess, because there was no video for Friday. I unfortunately had to go into work a little bit early.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
And it was just kind of a weird day. So I had asked in my YouTube if you guys were still interested in MLB plays, and it seemed like there was quite a few of you that were still interested in MLB. So I am going to try to do pretty much all the major sports. I'm going to try to do college football. I'm going to do the MLB, do the NFL, the NBA, and college basketball. It's definitely going to be a full slate. I'm going to try to figure out exactly how I'm going to do it. So if you guys do have any suggestions at all, feel free to drop them down in the comment section down below. I would be more than willing to take some of your guys' opinions. But as of right now, still trying to figure all that out. But we did end up having our week 1 official plays for Thursday Night Football for the opening day. And I did, and like the kickoff day. And I felt like I had pretty good plays. I really liked a lot of the plays that I was on. But unfortunately, we ended up going 1 and 2 on them. So we did have the Bills and the Rams over. If you guys ended up watching the game, you guys know the Bills did their part. The Rams just definitely didn't. Stafford had an awful game. And with that being said, The Bills still scored 31 points. The Rams, they kind of kept it close in the first half. I think they were tied at halftime. And then the second half, they just absolutely lost everything. Then we did end up having Stephon Diggs over 68.5 receiving yards. Dude crushed it. He had like over 100 more than what his actual line was. I mean, he went absolutely insane. So on opening day, note to self, opening day, take Stephon Diggs over in receiving yards. He played sensational. Then we had the Rams plus 2.5. Like I said, while I was making that video, I felt like I had to pick a side. I didn't want to. I didn't want to at all. But I felt like I had to, especially for opening day, So I was really excited about it. We ended up going 1-2 on the day. Hopefully we can go ahead and make some money back here with these MLB and the NFL play, or in college football. Wow. With the MLB and the college football plays. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. Our first play of the day, we're going with the man in the suit play of the day. This is a play that really just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So we're going with the Cardinals and the Pirates under 7.5 runs at minus 105 odds. This line is very low, and I think that it actually moved from 8 to 7.5 at some point here recently. And I think that I think that they know something. I really do. First things first, Cardinals, they've crushed their last 3 overs, and it hasn't even been close. They had a combined run total of 10 versus Pittsburgh in their last game. They had a game with a combined earned runs of 17 versus Washington, and then a 11 versus Washington. So all 3 of these games have been very, very high scoring in their last 3. And Pittsburgh is a better hitting team at home. So why is this line so low? I'm not truly sure. Cardinals, they are 3rd in runs per game. They're a little bit worse on the road by like 0.03 runs per game on the road, but it's definitely nothing to make me like want to take the under whatsoever. And Pittsburgh, they do allow more runs at home by quite a bit, and St. Louis, they allow more runs on the road. So I feel like there is just something that is behind the scenes that is really making these sports books just make that number go down. So I really do like this one. And we don't have 2 like great pitchers on the mound at all. We have Jack Flaherty for St. Louis, 4.15 ERA, 6.6 ERA on the road, and a 9 ERA versus Pittsburgh. He definitely has not been good at all so far this year. And if you look at the flip side of the mound, JT Brubaker for Pittsburgh. We all know exactly how Brubaker goes. He's definitely not a fantastic pitcher at all. 4.35 ERA, 4.92 at home, and 6.48 versus St. Louis. So not only does he pitch worse at home, but he also has been really bad here versus St. Louis. So I really do think that this under has a really good shot of hitting. I feel like a lot of people are going to be on the over for the plus money. And I think this is a really good spot to take the under. So we're going to be riding with it. Cardinals and the Pirates under 7.5 runs at minus 105 odds. Now for our second play of the day, we're going to be taking the Athletics plus 1.5 here versus the White Sox at minus 110 odds. Now I feel like this is a very common 1.5 trap. If you take a look at it, I don't like the pitching matchup whatsoever. These are 2 pitchers that kind of started the year off really, really rough, but they have been pretty good here in their last couple starts. So if you look at their last game versus the Athletics and the White Sox, there's currently a game going on as I'm recording this between the 2 teams. The Athletics are up 1-0 in the 5th right now, but the game before that, the White Sox did end up winning by 12. So they really took care of business, and I wanted to take Athletics today, or as of yesterday, excuse me. But, whatever. Then we did, but for the pitching matchup, we have Adrian Martinez. Wow. Adrian Martinez here for Oakland, 4.37 ERA over the course of the whole season. So definitely not great, but he has a 0 earned, but in his last 3 starts, he's had 0 earned runs versus Baltimore, 1 earned run versus New York, and 2 earned runs versus San Francisco. So he has actually been a pretty decent pitcher here over his last 3 starts, and they've been against pretty good hitting teams as well. So I think that hopefully Adrian Martinez can get it done here for us. And for the White Sox, Lance Lynn. It was a guy that we faded so many times in the beginning of the year. He's a very, very sporadic pitcher. You really never know what you're going to get from him. But he does have 4.34 over the course of the season, 1.42 in his last 5. However, He has pitched 5 2/3 innings versus Oakland, and he has a 6.35 ERA. So hopefully Oakland can take advantage of this pitching once again and really get under his skin. Hopefully Oakland can go ahead and score some runs here for us. The over-under is also set to 7.5. So with that being said, they don't expect a lot of runs. Hopefully Athletics can go ahead and keep it close here for us or even win outright. So that is going to be our second play of the day. Athletics plus 1.5 here versus White Sox at minus 110 odds. Now for our college football play of the day, we're taking Missouri plus 7 versus Kansas State at minus 110 odds. Now, I really like this play for a couple different reasons. First things first, they're coming off of a commanding win here versus the now, I know it was against the Louisiana Tech, so definitely not a great team, but they won 52-24. So it's a pretty good win. It's a very good statement win. But Kansas State, they're also coming off a really good win, 34-0 win in their week 1 start. But I think that there's a couple things here to be said. So first things first, in Kansas State's week 1 win, they had a total of 19 passes the whole game between 2 different quarterbacks, and it was only for a total of 95 passing yards. I feel like this is kind of saying that I know it's week 1. You really can't assume these things too early, but they only had 95 passing yards. So I feel like this is going to be a team that really likes to pound the rock, really likes to run the ball. And I think that Missouri is going to have something to say about that because let me back up. Kansas State did have a total of 297 rushing yards. So they had a ton of rushing yards. But I do think that Missouri is going to have an answer for that. Missouri in week 1 for Louisiana Tech, they had only allowed 8 rushing yards over the whole game versus Louisiana Tech. Now, I know Louisiana Tech's definitely not a great team, but still, I mean, that is really good numbers. To not even give up double-digit rushing yards over the course of a college football game, that's fantastic. And the over-under is set to 56.5. They don't expect a lot of points to be scored, so I think that 7 is just a little bit too high. I feel like it should be closer to like that 3.5 range, so I really do like this play. That is going to be our college football play of the day. Missouri plus 7 versus Kansas State at minus 110 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Sanger signing out. Peace.